Yeah.
All right, everybody, and welcome to the Swiss Army Nerd Podcast. This is your host, John Sturgrad, and my co-host,
Stephen Cockerham.
And this is what is it now? The Sticky and Cock
It's
connection?
the cock and rod connection.
We keep changing it.
We do.
Well,
we need to pick a name and just keep it.
Yeah.
I'm stuck with cock and rod connection, and then you post something, it's like, that's not what I said.
I don't like being second. This is the thing.
Oh, my God.
But it doesn't work
Here
with me first.
we go. All right, it's the rod and cock connection.
That sounds too much like a porno. But we're here. This is Sports Center. We're excited to be back. We took last week off for Thanksgiving. It was our duty. So we're back, of course. What week are we on for NFL? Week 11? 12?
Week 13.
Jesus Christ. It flew by. That's so depressing. That means we have 3 weeks until...
Yep. But we got the Super Bowl.
We do.
That's always fun to watch.
Yep, we do. And then depression hits again. But we'll start with NBA, I guess, because we're in the middle of it's kind of in the beginning of it. But so, I don't know if you've caught up on this, but did you hear about Steph Curry? Because I think this is pretty cool.
I have not.
Well, Steph Curry, he has, as everyone knows, a really sweet little daughter. Well, a fan named Riley, hand wrote him, and said she wants shoes that are made in girl sizes because Under Armour only makes boys. Well, he went talked to the CEO. I think it's actually Jordan's. Either way, now they're going to be doing female and male
cool.
shoes. Yeah, which I think is super cool because how many people have that pull? You know what I mean? I thought that was cool. Just makes Steph even seem like more of a... I think he's like everyone's favorite. Like, nobody hates Steph Curry.
No, he's not. He's definitely not a villain. You don't look at Steph Curry and be like, that's a douchebag.
No.
Like, he's the hero of NBA. We all know who the villain is, and unfortunately, he's on my team.
Kevin Durant. That's it. That's the villain.
No.
He's a piece of shit.
Oh, where did this come from?
He's a piece of shit. All right, so going on, Damian Lillard, he plays for the Portland Trailblazers. Well, you might not know because that team sucks. But he dropped a franchise record, 10 threes. Just shows how much the NBA is changing. He wouldn't have done that 2 years ago. But everyone's kind of emulating Steph's game. He's awesome. I hope there's talk of him getting traded, possibly the Lakers, because I know LeBron loves him. I don't know.
He's a beast. I like him.
Oh, I love Dame. I mean, he's only like 6'2", which is obviously tall for me, but he's small for an NBA player, but you wouldn't know it. Kyle Korver
Got traded.
Got
Saw
traded
that.
to
Cleveland.
the Jazz.
Going for that first pick.
Cleveland continues to completely disintegrate because apparently half of the front office made the trade without telling the other half. So a bunch of people came in looking for Korver. He's gone.
That's awesome.
They can't go back in the
Where'd he go?
Utah.
That's right.
Jazz. Which they're struggling. They're not as good as they were last year. That happens, though. Last year they kind of caught everyone off guard. But I actually wanted to bring this up with you because I know you watch college ball more than me. And I can't remember what you're a fan of. Who's your team?
Duke.
Oh, then you'll love this. Because little Bronny, LeBron's kid,
Yeah, I saw it.
is going to be going to Duke. And as long as Coach K is still there, which that motherfucker's never leaving. So
I saw it. I saw it, and I was disappointed.
I feel like you should just become a LeBron fan because all your teams are being infested with little LBJs. It's amazing.
I hope he comes out and he's like Lamar Odom.
Stop it! Lamar is a champion. Okay, he is a champion. He might be a crackhead now, but he's a champion.
No, not Odin. Or no, Lamar Odin.
You're talking about Greg Oden?
Greg, whatever. He was
the 7'4" monster whose
from Oklahoma that just did nothing. He played in 7 games or something like that in his career.
Here's a fun fact: he was drafted over KD.
Oof.
Think about that.
Eek.
I know, right? He's not going to be like Greg Oden because Greg Oden was half giant, and that's why his knees imploded.
Yeah, but I've never seen a player go down as quick as he did. Like
Odin?
Yeah, like,
you're not supposed to be that big. And he was like Shaq's weight. He was like 360 pounds.
He was a big boy.
He was supposed to be the next Shaq. It just shows how amazing.
You'll never see another Shaq in this league.
No, it was just perfect timing, and his body held it. Most big men can't. Their bodies can't hold up that long.
He looked like he was already 80 years old. Like if you looked at his face, he looked like he was 72.
Greg Oden?
Yeah, like
he did. You're not.
You don't
kidding.
believe me? Look up a picture of him. He literally looks like a 72-year-old trapped in a 20-year-old.
In high school, he looked like he could be teaching classes. Man, he was terrifying. He actually does he has a podcast, ironically enough.
Was it Busted Knees?
That would be a good one. No, I don't think it is. It's like, it's Standing Tall with Odin or something. I don't know. While we're still talking about LeBron, your favorite player ever, I thought it was not surprising to me at least, but when he plays the point guard, he doesn't even listen to his coach. Luke.
Yeah, but LeBron hasn't listened to a coach in like the last 15 years.
He doesn't need to because he's the best coach out there. But I think that's funny. Imagine being a coach and just knowing that your player, it's like, hey, go run this. Fuck off. Like, that's literally what he's saying, and you can't say anything.
No.
I love that. It makes me laugh. Speaking, we're just all about the Lakers today. Lonzo's a mess. Shocker. Shocker. Lonzo, I'm gonna do this. He's gone by the end of the season.
Probably.
Cut.
And I'm fine with it.
To never play again.
They got to make room because they're going to go after big people. They're going to go after Durant. They're going to go after Damian Lillard. They're going to go after big names, and they need to free up cap. I know Lonzo's not going to be that big of a hit on the cap for the Lakers, but no. I wouldn't be surprised.
But then again, if he has his dad arguing his paycheck, maybe it will.
No, see, I'm okay with Ball leaving because he's garbage.
Yeah, he is.
He looks like he broke both arms and then decided I'm going to play basketball and this is how I'm going to shoot a three for the rest of my life.
It is a very bizarre three.
And probably the biggest reason is, I mean, you haven't heard from him because the Lakers won't let LeVar Ball talk. They literally have a rule called the LeVar Ball rule.
Yep.
So I can't see. I don't know. I just get rid of the whole family. Go to the Clippers. You want to still stay in the stadium or stay in the arena? Go to the Clippers.
Go to the Clippers.
You can keep your seat. You're good.
I think the Knicks would be good with them because the Knicks just love sideshows. That's what New York does, is make side. That's why they had Carmelo for so many years.
What was that thing I saw? Like, they put up a bunch of people that were going to, like, go to the Knicks next year. It was...
Kevin Durant
was one of them.
Which he said he...
Kawhi Leonard. And there was one other.
Kawhi was supposed to go there. Kyrie Irving.
Yeah.
He was another one. A lot of big names, but they always say that. Like, LeBron was supposed to go to the Knicks. That never happened. But nobody logical is going to go to the Knicks. If you want to win, that's not where you go.
Not for, like, the next 32 years.
Never. They haven't won a championship in, like, 30 years. So it's going to be, like, it's going to be the new Cleveland. It's going to be, like, 60 years until they win. It's just not happening. Michael Jordan made sure of that. KD still looks great. It's frustrating to watch him.
Can we talk about this little built-up frustration with
with Draymond and KD?
Like, no, I'm talking about with you with KD out of nowhere. This is out of left field. You love KD, and all of a sudden, fuck him.
I like his play. I don't like how he's treating. Like, he's acting like he's this high and mighty. Like, he already said he's probably going to leave, which is fine. He's going to get his chip, and he's going to take off. And I think that would be, was that 2 or 3 rings? 2 rings, which is great. And if he goes and joins the Lakers, that's great. But I don't think he's going to do that. I just think he's getting a little bit too big of a head. Like, he had to go and join literally the best team in the NBA to get a ring. I understand why he's a top free agent, but it pisses me off that he's like, yeah, you guys should all want me. I don't really know why you would want him. He's not a proven champion. He's not. It just doesn't make sense to me. He did what LeBron did, except LeBron joined a shitty team and made it a good team. And KD just joined a team that literally went 73-9. You can't do that. The way KD and they were talking about the Draymond beef. And they basically said that if they had to pick between Draymond and KD, they would get rid of Draymond. Which I understand why that makes sense, but it bugs me the lack of loyalty they have for Draymond. Draymond is the engine that keeps it chugging. But because KD is Mr. Big Balls, he gets away with it. I don't.
You're stupid if you get rid of Draymond. That man holds that team together.
I just don't like how KD's handling it. It reminds me of the 2010 LeBron when he's like the decision. That's what it reminds me of. Which he's too old to be making the decision.
I was at Disney World when he made his decision.
Oh yeah, he went to South Beach. I hated that. I remember watching that, and I worked at the restaurant.
The Big Tree.
And I remember sitting there watching him, and I was like so happy because I was a Heat fan, and then I immediately was like, oh no, because everyone shit on me because you just immediately become a bandwagon fan. But I remember watching him in this stupid salmon covered colored shirt.
I'm gonna take my talents to South Beach next year and join the Miami Heat.
Dude, we were in a bar and everyone started booing, and none of them were even NBA fans. They were just booing. Boogie could be back by Christmas.
Yep, saw that. That'd be huge.
That's devastating. I mean, if Boogie is 100% healthy by playoffs, they could sweep every team.
Oh, yeah.
Literally, this man averages 20-20, and you're going to put him in a team where they get 20 or 40 more shots? Forget about it.
Chris says cool beans.
Hey, Chris.
There he is.
Our MVP. We love him so much. I guess we'll move into NFL, week 13.
Let's do it up.
So goddamn depressing. Have you been following the Baker Mayfield beef with Hugh Jackson?
Oh, yeah. And, listen.
Listen, here we go.
I agree with Stephen A. Like, how can you be mad at Hugh Jackson from getting another job? Like, he got fired. Like as Stephen A. tried to say, like, did you expect him to just sit at home and eat sandwiches and watch TV all day? No. You don't know when your next opportunity is going to be a coach.
I mean, he pretty much robbed the Browns, so he should have stayed home for a while and laid low. I agree with you.
No, because you don't know. Like, you don't know.
Someone else would have hired him. It's like I think that's what Baker's trying to say.
The next coach of the Detroit Lions.
Oh my God, I'd have to stop watching football. But I think what Baker's trying to say is he jumped at the opportunity, and it could be misconstrued as it's like, oh, I get to fuck over my old team that fired me? All right, let's do it. Instead of like, is this the best place for me?
I don't think that was it at all. I think he literally was just like, all right, here we go, because Marvin Lewis is a shit show. Like,
He's
15 years, hasn't won a playoff game. He's probably going to just thought, all right, well, they're going to fire Marvin Lewis. I'll just slide right in.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I mean, I don't fault him for taking a job. I'm not on Baker's side. I just understand why Baker, because he's young. He's like 22. I can understand why that would misconstrue. In his head, he's probably like, well, this guy, that's just his ego, thinking that his ex-coach has a problem with him and he wants to beat him twice a year. I don't think that's it. That's just kid ego. But I understand why Baker would feel that way. I'm not on either side, I guess. I don't know. I'm actually against the Bengals because why would you hire that man? The dude was 0-16 last year, and he couldn't win with Baker. He's a horrible coach.
Well, let's not get carried away and say he couldn't win with Baker. Baker wasn't like this big, huge star coming out of college. You're making him out to be like an Aaron Rodgers.
No, but he's good enough to win games. I mean, he could have won a couple games. They played against like shit teams. Like the Oakland Raiders, like they had opportunities, but either way, I don't think if I can't believe who got hired, I wouldn't hire him. If I was any other executive, I wouldn't. There's not much I saw in his coaching repertoire that was like, yeah, we need that on this team. But teach their own. So we roasted. Well, we roasted the Amari Cooper trade.
Yes, I
am here to eat crow and say that Jerry Jones might have a magic ball because that dude went off the other day. I think it was Thanksgiving against Redskins.
Redskins.
He had like 200-some yards. Insane. I have to say he looks like a first-round pick.
Listen, I liked Amari Cooper coming out of college. I mean, you come out of Alabama, you're already pro-ready. But he got unutilized in Oakland. Like, John Gruden is going to do what John Gruden wants to do. You didn't like him? Because when Amari Cooper came out, like what, 2 years ago? 3 years ago? I'm not quite sure. His rookie year, he did amazing.
Amazing. And he did, I can't even remember who was throwing to him.
It was Carr. But then Carr had his sophomore slump, which a lot of quarterbacks get. It happens.
And then he had an incredible year, almost MVP, and then he broke his leg.
Yep.
And then he had another and he had another slump, and now he's just got a horrible coach he's outdated. I think good for Amari. I mean, I don't like the Cowboys. I think they're shit. I don't think they're any better. I think he just showed how good he was, not how good the Cowboys are. I think people misconstrue that.
Jeremiah Tubb says, what up?
Hey.
What's going on?
He's a Dolphins fan.
Yes.
Poor guy.
Boy.
Here's something fucking crazy. Eli Manning.
We have little kids that watch this show.
Oh, yeah, we do. Well, Eli Manning is going to start next year. Tell me how that happens. The Giants. Tell me how that happens.
Because the Giants are desperate. They have nothing else to do. So they're like, well, let's start Eli.
They could put a broomstick in and it would win games better. Dude, Eli is so over the hill. He looks as bad as Peyton looked on his last day and his last snap. That's how bad he looks. He can't throw the ball. He doesn't have Peyton's intelligence. And he has no clue how to lead that team. They have a young, like, hip, passionate, talent-filled team. And he has no clue what any of those things are.
Hey, at least we get some more funny picture memes of Eli when he get, like, hit or whatever. You know what I'm talking about. Those funny, like, face shots they get of him.
Where he looks like he's, like, mid-stroke.
Oh, yeah.
I just can't. I don't know how any fan. I'd sign petitions if I was a Giants fan. Like, please.
Well, I mean, who's their backup?
It doesn't matter. Like, they have to start building someone else. Eli's never.
No, yeah, they need to draft a quarterback.
Yeah, they need to just draft a quarterback and put him in and baptism through fire and just let that guy learn.
What's the worst going to happen?
Nothing. You're just gonna keep losing with Eli. You're just dating yourself. You're paying this guy a ridiculous amount of money to be horrible. He's not going to have this like religious awakening and be good at football again.
Right.
He's over the hill, and he's in order to get back to where he was.
He's not having a Drew Brees season anytime soon.
Not at all. That's why what Drew Brees and Tom Brady and not Aaron Rodgers, but Brett Favre, all those guys that did it at that age, that's what makes them so special. Eli's not special. He was never special. Anyone who thinks he's not a Hall of Fame QB. He's not. He has 2 rings. That does not get you a gold statue.
His name's getting him in.
I know that, but he shouldn't. He shouldn't get in it. He had 2 miracle throws that other people made miracle catches on, and that's why he got 2 chips.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone?
You're not gonna argue this point with me.
No, I just know there's Giant fans out there that are like, no, he's that good. Like,
He's amazing. First Bell Hall of Fame for sure.
He's not, though. Like Peyton was. What Peyton did was unbelievable. What Eli did, completely forgettable. 2 catches. That's all you remember about Eli. That's it. And you don't even remember Eli throwing them. You remember the catches. I hate Eli.
It was 3 catches, by the way.
What do you mean?
Eli. It was 3 catches.
What 3 catches?
It was the 2 in the Super Bowl. Well, they're all 3 in the Super Bowl.
Manningham. And then
the Manningham
Tyreek.
down the sideline. Then there was a Tyreek crazy throw. And then to win that after the Tyreek catch, it was a nice fade to Plexico for the
3.
touchdown for the win.
Yes.
So he's famous for 3.
3.
He should change his number to 3.
He should.
Because he didn't have 10 famous plays.
That's how many games he should have left in his career. 3. Because he's horrible. Big Ben. Steelers have been on a roll. They just lost.
You know, Big Ben must have been visiting the bars.
Big Ben says, I've earned the right to criticize the Steelers. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I think he has. I think people who argue that are silly. When you're that seasoned, the man knows what he's talking about. He knows how to win games. He's won 2 rings? That's 2 Super Bowls?
He won 1 in 2011 versus... Yeah, 2. He beat the Cardinals and he lost to the Packers. That's right.
So it's 1.
He's got 1.
But he's been the guy, even through all the controversies. I think you're absolutely right. I don't understand why people don't listen to their quarterbacks, like the Green Bay situation. I think Mike McCarthy's an absolute idiot. Rodgers knows how to fix things. He doesn't let him do it. Nothing's going to change if you don't change it. I think Big Ben is probably in the locker room saying everyone needs to forget about Bell. I think that was a huge distraction. And I think he's right. They need better defensive playing.
Yeah, I mean, clearly, you go to, like, I've never been to the Pittsburgh Stadium, but you know everyone, the topic of the subject is Bell. That's all it is right now. And I agree 100%. You need to Bell's not coming back to play for you guys. He's done. He's leaving. Where he goes, who knows?
Just let him go. Just let him go. It's like, stop. If you're not going to pay him, what are you doing?
And you got a decent running back. I'm not saying he's leaving on Bell's skill, but he's a good running back.
He can win games.
Jeremiah says he beat Seattle.
To the Dolphins? Or Roethlisberger?
We'll find out.
When he answers, excuse me. I think that Big Ben is one of those people where he's earned that, just like Rodgers. He can say whatever he wants about Green Bay. They can't get rid of him. They're not going to get rid of him. You earn that. If you're the star, just like the NBA, you get to say whatever the hell you want. That's how it works. Talent lets you speak whatever you want to speak. Tim Tebow says he could still play in the NFL. I say yes because Eli has a job. I think Tim Tebow could start right now.
Ben.
Oh, Big Ben? Yeah. All right, I see what he's saying. But yeah, I love Tim Tebow. I think he's great. I wouldn't want him on Detroit, but give him to the Bucks or something.
Whoa.
I think he would do better than Winston.
No.
He wasn't that bad of a QB. He really wasn't. He had a lot of luck, or whatever, faith in his side, whatever the hell he says. But he does have talent. That's indisputable.
He's not bad. I mean, he won a playoff game. He beat Pittsburgh on the first play.
I hated that. I hated that so much. Because I hate that if you score a touchdown, it's over. I think that's the dumbest rule.
Well, they switched that now.
Yeah, but I thought that at the time.
Oh, yeah, I hated it too, because you're not giving a team a fair chance.
No, that was the dumbest rule. And they went on and got destroyed by someone. I can't remember who beat them, but they didn't come close in the next round.
Can we talk about this? This is the one I've been waiting for.
Yeah, we'll get to it. Lamar Jackson's going to start for Ravens.
Yep.
I think Flacco might be done.
Flacco might be done like 10 years ago.
He went to his third hip specialist, and hips are super serious, and they don't heal fully, like ever. So, especially if you're an athlete, I think he's done. Personally, I think they found their new guy. So, we haven't even talked a little bit about the Texans, and yet they're on an
They're
8-game...
sneaky good.
An 8-game win streak, and we're not talking about him. And J.J. Watt's running. He's definitely going to be Defensive Player of the Year. Him or Mac. Those are the two. I mean, Donald's playing the lights out, too. But J.J., Comeback Player of the Year, in my opinion.
They're going to give Defensive Player of the Year to Eli.
Yeah, it should go to Eli. But we haven't even talked about the Texans, which I think is mind-blowing because you love Watson.
I do.
I love Watson. I think he's great. J.J.'s my favorite player in the league. Clowney's playing good. The Lions, everyone's playing phenomenal. And
That team is so well balanced.
and nobody's talking about them.
Their offense isn't like huge exploding, but their offense is in my opinion, top 10 offense in the league, and their defense is probably top 5.
Yeah, I agree 100%. When you have someone like J.J. on the other side doing the things he's doing and just being J.J. SWAT, it's really hard to dispute that they're a legitimate competitor, but nobody talks. I just think that's fascinating that nobody's brought that up. Like, SportsCenter, watch it every day. The only thing you ever hear is how great JJ is doing, but you don't hear about how great everyone in the squad's doing.
I bet you none of them care, too. Keep the spotlight off them.
Yeah.
Like, why would you want, like, the big spotlight on you when you're doing this well? Like,
I guess that's true. That's a good way to look at it.
I guarantee Houston's not complaining that they're not on SportsCenter and they're not this and that because, you know what? Just fly under the radar to the playoffs.
And they go nuts. It does worry me, though, because the Jags did that last year. They were really, really good. And then they just completely disintegrated.
Yeah, but the difference between the Jags and Houston is Houston has a quarterback.
It's true. Yes.
Blake Bortles is hit or miss every day.
He got benched.
I saw that.
All right. We'll go into... We actually have a few things about... We'll just talk about the Bills. So, we'll call this...
It's my favorite segment.
The Buffalo Fail segment.
Yeah!
Christopher, a while back, said yes to, what's his name, coming back, Eli, because Peterman's still in the league.
Yeah, with Detroit.
I think Peterman's a better quarterback.
And Jeremiah says Tebow is better than Tannehill.
Ryan Tannehill. It's the quarterback for Miami.
Yeah, he's a bust. All right, so...
This was gnarly.
All right, so obviously, most of the people who end up watching these clips are Bills fans. If you weren't savvy with it, last week they played the Jags, and in true Buffalo Bills fashion, there was a huge fight between was Shaq Lawson.
It was Shaq Lawson and Fournette.
Yep, Fournette, the running back.
Yep.
It ended up getting Fournette suspended for a game.
It was a game, right? Yeah.
Yep, for a game. What happened?
And also lost it for the team because Fournette was the only thing they had going that whole day, and then he got thrown out.
Over a dumb fight. They got tossed, and then the fight continued into the tunnel. They fought some more in the tunnel.
They were throwing blows at each other, and like, you know what? This seems like a good idea. Let's bring them into the tunnel together.
Well, I guess I just saw, and this is so Buffalo, it's not even funny. One of the fans pegged Fournette in the head with a beer can.
It wasn't a dildo?
No, I know, amazing. It was a beer can.
How funny would it have been
pegged
if it
it
stuck on his head.
God. Well, he didn't even have his helmet on. It's crazy.
Exactly. He's bald. It would have stuck.
It would have stuck. That would have been legendary. maybe sexual assault. Like, I don't know where that falls.
Only if it comes down and hits him in the face.
But it was a big fight. It was pretty much the talk of the game. The Bills won. I have to say, though, it was ridiculous because I don't know why NFL players punch each other's
With helmets!
Why? Like, you will never hurt someone with a punch.
I said the same thing.
The helmets are literally meant to stop car crashes. Like, literally, they put them on dummies and test them against
I was
trees
asking
and shit.
during the game when they showed a highlight of it. I was like, why do players punch at someone's head when they have a helmet on? What do they think's going to happen?
And, like, it wasn't one. It was like he was like Muhammad Ali in his helmet. Like, dude, you're not going to hurt him. Like, those...
If I was lost, I'd be like, just let him hit me. I put my head down, like, go ahead.
But yeah, you're not gonna hurt him. But the big talk, other than that fight, is Josh Allen. I have to say, I'm impressed. I am impressed.
I'm impressed.
There
you go, Chris. There you go.
I am impressed.
How can you call a fight a Bills thing? Fournette's the one who ran across the field to fight him.
It's gotta be Chris.
Because the Bills always run their mouth. That's what Buffalo does. They run their mouth, they get hit in the mouth or put to a table. They're drunken idiots. And proof by throwing the beer can at Fournette. It doesn't. Both men are stupid. Anyone who fights on an NFL field are dumb. Because there's no victory. You're going to punch a helmet and just hurt your hands.
Do you want to know what my favorite part about that fight was? Was the receiver and the corner, when they're just laying on top of each other. The entire time, if you go back and watch this fight, the entire time this skirmish is going on, and there's like 20 people involved, refs, you look over, and there's two players laying on top, not moving. You would have thought, this might sound bad, but you would have thought the way they got hit, they both went paralyzed because they didn't move. Yep. They just laid there. I don't know if they were afraid.
It was bizarre. It was very bizarre.
It was funny. I was like, and they're just sitting.
And they didn't move until like well after the fight was done. Yeah, it was weird. I just think it's ridiculous to get in a fight on that field. But we're talking about Josh Allen. I'm impressed. He says he loves Buffalo. He loves the fans, which I'm sure he does.
He's getting paid for him.
Yeah. Which I still think that's a cool thing to say because, like, a lot of quarterbacks don't actually come out and say, like, audibly, I love the fans. They'll be like, yeah, the fans are great, you know. But it seems like, especially how he pumps them up, he's got spunk to him, and I like that. I do think he's going to get hurt because he makes these amazing leaps and
runs.
All these.
Yeah, he makes a lot of dumb runs.
And it looks great.
He doesn't slide.
It looks great. I mean, it looks like he's this tough kid, but wait until someone like JJ hits you at Mach speed, you're going to realize why people slide. Like, it takes remember Brady? He got destroyed that one time he didn't slide. He slides from now on. Same with Rodgers.
Look at Michael Vick.
Yeah.
Because he slides, but he goes face first instead of slide. But how many times has that man been out for like 6 games for a rib injury?
I just think that he was already hurt this season. I love the kid. I think he's going to be a good thing. I just don't think he's going to be valuable if he keeps doing those dumb plays. He needs to play smarter.
He's got to get smarter.
Chris thinks he's sweet and hopes that they can build around him, and he agrees that he's going to get hurt for sure.
Yeah. And
there's a reason it's the NFL. It's pros, man. Yeah. Like, I get it. The whole hit thing is redonkulous now because they're taking the fun out of football. I'm not sitting there trying to say I like watching people get concussions. But growing up in the 90s, when a quarterback put a receiver on a slant route in the middle of the field,
you're dead.
You're gone.
Yeah.
And I love that about it. But I get it. The whole hitting, it's different. But you're still going to get hit. You're still going to get, like, you can't go towards the head, but like you said, J.J. Watt just catches you right in the ribs and just brings you to the ground.
Yeah, I mean, Josh Allen's like 210 pounds, I think. Like, I don't even know if he's that. Like, everyone thinks they're really tough until somebody like a J.J. or, like, back then the Ray Lewises or the Deons and shit like that, when they would hit you, it would woof. Like, you get hit in the mouth.
You got hit.
Yeah, and, like, you're going to get hurt. Your body's not meant to do that, especially when you're a QB. QBs are protected their entire careers. There's a reason why running quarterbacks don't.
Luck.
That's true. But there's a reason why running quarterbacks don't survive. It's because they get destroyed. Watson doesn't run nearly as much as he did.
No.
That ruined RG3's career. Nope. He did the same dumb plays. He put the Redskins on his back. And
it also didn't help that what's his face kept him in there with like a partially torn ACL.
Yeah, but he was like, oh, he said he was good. Like, dude, you're the coach.
You're the coach. I don't care if he says you're good or not. You're the one that makes the call.
Yeah, no, that was always a cop out.
So, but I agree. I hate saying it, but I think Allen, I think he can be a great quarterback, but I agree with you. He needs to stop with the dumb plays. I understand it's Buffalo, the whole playoff thing. You got there last year, and you don't want to see it disappear this year, but you need to be in it for the long run.
I agree.
You need to smarten up.
Hopefully, I'm hoping Jim Kelly pulls him aside or someone and says, "Hey, those plays look great, but it's not going to look great when you get destroyed.
Yeah.
Because if you don't slide one time, it doesn't matter if they get a flag on you; they're still going to hit you.
They're going to hit you.
Yeah, you're telling me Jalen Ramsey's not going to hit him at full speed?
You're
he
a
doesn't
rookie.
care.
They're going to get up and say, "Welcome to the NFL."
Yeah, he doesn't care. He's going to hit you because if he knocks you out of the game, they're going to win it because their backup is I don't
It's
even
not
know
even Peterman anymore.
So
Anderson.
Hopefully Allen keeps this up. I don't know. He looks great right now, but he's running like a madman and not getting hurt. Let's see what happens when they limit that running and put him in a pocket, and then you'll see. That's the hard part of QBing. That's the tough part. A lot of these kids are super athletic. That's one of the things with Lamar Jackson. He looks great because he runs, but that runs, literally, pun intended, it runs out. You have to learn how to throw in the pocket.
You got to learn how to throw, and you got to learn
That's
how to slide.
Why do you think Brady's existed so long? He knew his bread and butter was pocket throwing, and look at his career.
There's only one quarterback that I've seen in forever that he does slide occasionally, but he'll run right into a corner or a DB and hit him, and that's Ben Roethlisberger.
And he's
that's because he's huge.
He's a linebacker who has an arm.
He can take that. You're not going to see a Watson or a Jared Allen, Allen running at a J.J. Watt because they will snap him in half.
Yeah. I think we can agree that people like Big Ben have definitely earned the ability to go and take that hit because they're big enough to take that hit.
Yeah.
But hopefully he just gets a little bit more understanding that he's not invincible. But
I think it'll take him time.
He's young.
It might take until he gets clocked hard to realize I should probably start sliding.
Yeah. I was surprised after the elbow injury because it happened on a play. So we'll see. I mean, he's either going to last or he's not. That's the way it works. All right, so we'll do a little bit of WWE.
Yep.
All right, so SmackDown celebrated 20 years of Jeff Hardy,
which is fantastic. We need to take some time to talk because that was one of my favorite guys.
I mean, we grew up watching this man, and he would do these stunts that were they're still unbelievable. You could watch the stuff now, and you'd be like, no way he's gonna do that. It's amazing he's alive after 20 years. No joke intended. It is amazing. He's dealt with substance abuse, drug abuse. He has 4 DUIs. He's had all of these demons he's battled with on top of jumping off cages that are 30 feet in the air and shit. It's amazing. All for the fans too.
I loved watching the Hardy Boys. They were. I had a poster of the Hardy Boys in my room.
Dude, they were amazing to watch. They were literally fearless. He still is.
I kind of wish. I know he's retired, but I kind of wish Matt would have come out.
Funny you bring that up. He's not retired.
Shocker.
He just came out and said he's not. Confirms he is not retired. He will wrestle again.
He needs to get rid of the Woken.
No, I love the Woken.
I don't think it's kicking as well as it did over.
He just didn't have a good stretch with it. They need to just commit to it, and I think they'll be fine. He can't go back to being the Hardy Boys. It literally doesn't work. They're grown men in their 40s.
So Hardy men.
That sounds stupid. That sounds creepy. I wouldn't let my kids watch Hardy Men. But he has to do Broken. If you want his career to last, he has to. But yeah, 20 years of Jeff Hardy, I think, is so cool.
And I did I don't know what they're going with it. I don't like that they're trying to do the whole Samoa Joe versus Jeff because Samoa Joe he's the Brock Lesnar of SmackDown. He does stupid shit in the ring and gets people hurt.
No, he's not. Stop it. Stop it.
He does. I like him, but he gets a little carried away sometimes. I think he gets a little too amped and he does stupid stuff.
Dude, first of all, Jeff's not going to get hurt. Jeff never gets hurt. We've saw him jump off 30-foot ladders and not get hurt. I'm not worried about that. I liked this promo. I thought it was real. Thought bringing up the substance abuse was smart. I think we're learning, especially nowadays, if you can make it seem real, it's easier for us fans to connect. I like it. I like where it's going.
I don't like where SmackDown's going.
Well, funny enough, it looks like Ronda's going to be moving there.
That's fine. I'm sick of Ronda.
Yeah,
They don't know what to do with her. They literally have no idea what to do with
They
Ronda.
need to just turn her heel because she's Brock Lesnar in female form.
I'm over the Ronda experience. I was over it at WrestleMania after she came out. I was like, and I'm done.
I'm all in on Becky Lynch, though.
Oh, I'm getting a shirt, the man.
Yeah, she's
for
perfect.
sure.
She's perfect. She, I think, is the closest thing we're ever going to get to Stone Cold.
Yeah.
Like, she's that hot right now. Like, she's just hitting on all cylinders. She actually seems...
Which is awesome because not too long ago, Mr. Host flat out said that...
Funny enough.
Yeah, that Becky, you thought Becky was going to get cut.
I did, because they weren't using her. I wanted her cut because they wouldn't let her be herself. She was an enhancement talent, and she's got so much spunk. I'd hear her on interviews and be like, well, how the hell are they using this chick? And then finally they just, I don't know what happened. They just said, be yourself. And now that's what they happened with Stone Cold. Stone Cold went to Vince. He was like, just let me be me and see if it works. And he did it, and he cut that 316 promo, and it was all history.
I like the what, bro. That was the best.
Oh, my
He's
God.
Like, what?
I love it. He said
yes.
I was listening to his podcast not too long ago, and he said he came up with that because he was calling Christian, and he always messed with Christian, and so he was having a conversation with himself on his voicemail, saying like, "Hey Christian, are you there?" And he would go, "What?" He's like, "Christian, are you there? What?" And he was just do that. It was like a 20-minute voicemail he left him, and I guess he played it back and he was like, "That's hysterical," and that's how he came up with the idea. He was just super drunk, not driving, but getting drove around. He was messing with people.
Lord says what with several exclamation points.
Dude, that was Lord's guy, Stone Cold. It still is. Him and Kane. But yeah, I think Becky is finally being Becky. I would put Becky above Ronda right now. She's that hot.
Yeah.
She's the hottest one in the company.
Absolutely. That's not even a question.
I think you're going to see her move to Raw soon. Yeah, actually, I was going to bring that up next. So it looks like Aleister Black, your favorite NXT star, is going to be moving up, which I think is super exciting.
Put him on Raw.
I'm
Don't put him
terrified.
on SmackDown.
No, I'm terrified wherever they put him because if Vince gets a hold of him, he might think he's weird and make him a gimmick.
Listen, this is Triple H era.
Maybe.
Vince is slowly popping his pills and sitting in his office.
No, he's prepping XFL. But it worries me because he's so good, but he has to stay protected, and they don't protect. Look at Sanity. They've done nothing.
Destroyed Sanity.
Like, even Bray got destroyed. He never won a meaningful feud. I don't know. Whenever Vince is involved, whenever these guys move up from how great they are in NXT, I don't like it. Like when Ciampa moves up, I'm going to be stressed as hell because he's a little guy.
I'm going to be stressed when Adam Cole moves
my
up.
God, yeah. But he's going to move up with Undisputed. No doubt.
I don't think they will.
I guarantee it. I bet a Red Bull that he moves up together. They have to. Deal. But I think it's cool Aleister's coming up. He's been wrestling for like 15 years. So
What about Lars? What do you think Lars is going to do?
he's going to be a flop. They just pulled out a bunch of stuff about when he was in charge of a bodybuilding forum, and they pulled all of his stuff that he said. He said a bunch of horribly racist and homophobic slurs, and then he went on a rant saying that all these people in WWE are like the higher ups called him by name, that they're all like crooked and all this stuff. All of this came out the moment.
I honestly didn't even know he was still wrestling. Like, he was in that first War Games, wasn't he?
No, he was in that ladder match.
Yeah, the ladder match, and that was it.
I think it's. I mean, there's a couple matches I want to see, but I'm not a big man guy. I don't really care for that stuff.
No.
That's why I don't really like Braun. I like the
Little
little
man.
ones. Yeah, I like Balor.
Except they're ruining him, too.
They'll move him to SmackDown. He'll do so much better there. But I want to see Lars versus Braun, and then Lars can go away. Unfortunately, Edge's mother passed away, which is a huge bummer. Yep.
I knew you were going to bring him up.
We had to, man.
No, on your phone.
I
knew you were going to do it.
But yeah, Edge has had a rough month.
His
wife's father just passed away, and then his wife's mother just passed away, and then his mother just passed away, all within like a month and a half. It's shit luck, man. So obviously, he's staying strong about it, but it's a bummer.
This is the shit-talking segment of CM Punk from yours truly.
CM Punk, so it looks like he's going to be returning, not to WWE. He's going to be joining the Young Bucks, which is on the independent circuit. But I think he's finally accepted that he's completely worthless at anything but wrestling. So you called it. He's back, or going to be back. But he's not going to be in WWE.
I've been super right a lot.
Not really.
I've been killing it. Like,
no.
my ratio.
Cut him from the UFC. He's still.
Yeah, he's still got. He's
They
still
need
got.
to. They need to cut him. He's a joke. He's just too old for it. He could have been good
Listen,
if he
you
started.
can't be in the UFC when you have a Pepsi tattoo. It just doesn't work out.
I can't believe he should have gotten the first fight, let alone the second fight.
Chris says, "Isn't he like 50? LOL."
Yeah, he's like 41. I mean, he's up there. If I were him, I'd go back to WWE because they'll pay him millions.
Oh my god!
And they'd give him a part-time schedule.
They probably give him the Gruden experience.
Oh my god!
Half ownership of WWE.
If I was CM Punk, I'd be like, because now you can do part-time contracts.
Yep.
That was his big issue. Only have him come 6 pay-per-views. I'd be fine with that. I'm okay with part-time.
The Brock contract.
Yeah, give him the Brock one, man. Why not? Give him Heyman. Let him talk, even though he doesn't need Heyman. But
No.
yeah, I think CM Punk someday will be back, but it's gonna be long after Vince is either dead or full XFL. So maybe the next couple of years. I think.
So what? Like halfway through XFL's first season of.
It's gonna be a flop. I can't believe he poured $300 million into starting
Into
XFL.
something that flopped already.
Horribly in a more competitive. It blows my mind. I don't understand it whatsoever. But it's like that. I think he's trying to emulate, Big 3 thing that Ice Cube did.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty cool.
That's actually really cool.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. But I don't want to watch people who couldn't make it in the NFL play. That's like it's almost like college ball, except they're not going to get an education. But I guess that's pretty much it.
No. We got one thing we got to talk
What?
about because we didn't talk about it because we hadn't had shit.
Oh God!
Looking at me like that for you, fuck.
I'm scared.
Sabres.
No, I don't care. Oh, I don't care. So we need to talk because we didn't get to do it because we haven't had a show in a while about Mr. Enzo.
Oh my God, Enzo!
We need to bring this up before we end the show because
Enzo.
that's just phenomenal.
Enzo he needs help. He needs mental help. He changed his name to NZO. And it was the real one. That was his rap name. Now it's NZO, so it's NZO. And it's in the NWO style. He crashed Survivor Series. And you can actually
Didn't
watch
work out well either.
It did not. He crashed it. He literally dressed himself up like a woman and hid in the front row and then waited for a match to start, and he jumped up and tried getting everyone to chant with him. And then the security girl beat his ass on camera and pulled him out, tossed him out. Now he's banned from Staples Center for life. And it was all to promote his show. The show had 15 people at it. That was his rap show. It was actually the most depressing thing I think I've ever watched.
What a fall from grace.
Dude, that's what happens, man. And whether he did or did not do what happened, what he was accused of, it's irrelevant. He just blew any shot of him ever going back to WWE.
No.
Blew it. As long as Vince is in charge, there's no way.
I don't even think he's got a shot at New Japan.
No, why would you hire him? Like, he talks so much shit about the roster now, and he wasn't even good. He wasn't a good wrestler. He was horrible. He was just good on the mic, but if you listen back to him on the mic, he doesn't say anything of substance.
He just says the same thing over and over and
He just
over.
says stuff. Like, it just sounds good because he's got a Jersey accent. And it sold us. We were big fans.
Oh, man, I went nuts when they debuted on Raw.
I loved Enzo, man, but a fall from grace is the best way to put it. It's almost embarrassing. Like, he's what makes me embarrassed to be like, yeah, I watch wrestling. Like, he's the reason why I'm like, God, yeah. That's what people think of. Yeah, he's never coming back. Not that I wouldn't care if he came back.
Yeah, right.
Him and Big Cass were never.
Big Cass got fat.
Yeah, he did. Well, he started drinking like crazy. He'll never be back.
No,
There's no way.
They're both done.
Not to mention he had two ACL and PCL surgeries. When you're 7 feet tall and you have that, you're done. You can't be that way in the ring. Like.
Enjoy sitting in a wheelchair, big guy.
Yeah, he's done. That's probably why he's so fat. He can't do cardio and stuff. He could eat better, but I don't think he'd do that.
That's not going to happen.
But yeah, watching Enzo fall from grace, that makes at least CM Punk looks 1,000 times better than Enzo, because at least Enzo sitting there pretending like he was a superstar. Like he said WWE needs him. No, they don't. WWE doesn't need anyone. Trust me. I can't believe we talked about Enzo on the show.
I had to do it.
I fucking hate that man.
Had to do it.
I hate Enzo so much now. I had to unfollow him on Instagram. I couldn't
I
do
never
it.
followed him. So.
Have you ever listened to his music?
Yes.
It's so
yeah.
bad. It's like aggressive poetry, except it's to a really bad beat.
It's like the movie Romeo and Juliet with Leonardo DiCaprio, where the whole movie they speak in poetry.
Yes.
But it's just like gangster poetry.
It's
That's
horrible.
what it is.
That's Enzo's style. We're gonna end on Enzo.
Yep.
It's so depressing.
We are. We
Alright.
are.
All right, we're going to take off. We'll be back with the nerds section next. We got a lot to talk about, a lot of good games that came out, a lot of bad ones too. So we're going to talk about that. My co-host will be joining me, so thank you so much. Like, share, subscribe, tell the world about us. We will be back next Thursday at the same time.
Same time, 7:25.
So, Swiss Army Nerds, like, share, Facebook, YouTube, all the good stuff. See ya. Not too sweet.